Welcome back to another episode of In the Zone presented by GLHS Sports Zone and GLHS TV in the back. I'm Aaron Jolly. That's my co-host.
How you doing?
Matt Miller. And this is our special guest today. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Teddy Baum. I'm on the hockey team, and I play forward.
Okay, so we're going to be diving in. Seasons got underway this week and a little bit of last week, I think, because you guys played last week, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to be diving in, checking out some of the scores and some of the standings, where all the GL teams stand. So start with fencing, 2-0, I think you said, right?
Fencing is 2-0, yes.
And I know they had a strong year last year, making it to the state final. I think they won the county. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But then moving on, swimming is
1 and 2 right now, but they have, I think, an easy win tonight.
Oh, they have a meet tonight. I know they beat New Providence. They lost to Westfield.
Yeah, it was a buzzer beater win against New Providence.
Yeah, they won by 2.
That was good on them.
I think the girls were ahead, and then the boys came back and won. And then what about who else did they lose to? They lose to was it Summit? Because I know they lost to Westfield and
Maybe. All I know is Westfield.
Okay, so then let's go into hockey. You guys are undefeated so far?
Yeah, 3-0.
3-0. Who have you guys beat?
We beat St. Joe's first game. It's a good game. Scott Kappen played really well. Second game of the season, we blew out Livingston.
Which you haven't done in a while, right?
Yeah,
you normally lose
that
stuff?
was our first win in 2 years against them, and we kind of dominated them. And then third win last Friday, we beat Cranford, who tough opponent. You know, they came in hot, and Scott Kappen had a shutout. Great game.
Oh, so you shut them out?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Your goalie Scott Kappen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
And so obviously back-to-back state championship wins. You've been on varsity all 2 years in the past.
Yeah.
Are you looking for another one this year?
Yeah, we're always looking for more.
And do you think you guys have what it takes? I know you guys lost Kramer and a few other seniors, but I know Silverman's going to be cleared to play soon a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think we have a good chance, but we can't get too ahead of ourselves.
Yep, one game at a time.
Can't stay cocky.
Yeah.
So swimming, wrestling. Oh no, we didn't touch on wrestling yet.
We didn't touch on wrestling,
Won their first match.
We did not.
Against Westfield on Saturday.
It was like a blowout, too.
Yeah,
it was like 61-15, I think.
Yeah, they handled business against one of their rivals, I'd say.
Yes.
GL's a rival with Westfield and everything.
Westfield is rivals with everyone. They just have many.
They're just not likable.
They can just be good at anything.
They're not likable. They're not a likable team. So I know, I know Nate took care of business. At that match.
He pinned his guy in the first 20 seconds against Westfield.
Oh, yeah, you were there watching, right?
Yeah.
And then I think, they had the tournament here at GL, which we don't have stats for yet, but I know GL did very well. I think did they win?
Yeah, they won the tournament.
They did win the tournament. So strong start for the wrestling team this year for sure. Now, let's move into boys and girls basketball. Boys basketball.
Boys came off with a strong start this season, 3-0 right now.
Yep.
I know Pat McGrath, leading scorer. People are looking for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been the leading scorer every game.
Yeah.
I called one of the games over on my own channel, and
how'd that look?
They look as a team. They're coming out fast. They're playing with intensity.
Good.
Their defense is just they put their opponent in a chokehold. And there's nothing they can do about it. They're very patient. On the offensive end. They wait till they get a good shot. They don't shoot too many threes, which I think is a good thing, especially in high school. And I wouldn't say they have a full team of shooters. I know, Lev and Kyle McCulloch can, make the three ball, but there's not many other guys that are, I'd say, super consistent from three. But McGrath can make one when he needs to. Been absolutely outstanding so far this year.
I think we got a few sophomores playing up too.
Yeah, so you have, not playing up. So Max Riviker
and Labisi.
And Labisi and also Basile are all
Basile.
permanent varsity members. Labisi's been giving him great minutes. That's the one thing I've noticed from both the scrimmage and the game I did. He goes in there and he's smaller than Fajardo and Will Sodasani, but he gets the rebounds and he gets the putback points too. And he's good from the free throw line. He gets fouled all the time. He's great from the free throw line. Nothing, no complaints there. He's putting quality minutes in off the bench.
Gritty player.
Yeah, no, he's
very.
He has potential to be there. I think he right now is like their 6th or 7th man. So first or second off the bench. But
took over Kai.
Yeah, so that's the one thing that surprised me is neither him or Riviker played any minutes in their game against who was it that they played?
Where was that?
No, it was home. It was their home opener, the season opener.
Dayton, maybe?
Yeah, it was Dayton. Yeah.
It was Dayton.
So, I mean, Dayton was a good team. They came in. It was a close game. They did a great job closing that one out. But neither Aiden Key or Max Riviker played any minutes, which I was surprised. I know Max Riviker is a threat from the three-point line. I mean, he shoots it like there's no tomorrow.
Is he like very consistent about it? Like he shoots
puts
10
in
shots, he makes a 9?
I would say so. Yeah, he's gotten to that point where, but he's also a smaller guard. You know, him and Labisi are around the same height, but Labisi I think is a little bit, more built up. But no, Max puts in a ton of work. You see him at the gym getting shots up. So let's move into girls basketball because that's where we're struggling a little bit, the sports side of things
Very
so far.
slow start the season.
1-2 to start the year. And as I previously mentioned, I think last week, when I went to their scrimmage, and you know enough about basketball to know that this is not normal. They scored I think they scored 90% of their points in the last minute and 30 seconds of each quarter. They did not score almost anything leading up to that.
Garbage time almost.
Yeah, it's like their defense, by the way, I want to put this out there. Their defense has been excellent. They're not giving up easy shots. They're contesting. They played Plainfield, who had Renee Reed on Plainfield, 6'2", my height, as a center. So Sarah Castrovinci got every rebound over her. So props to her. Sarah Castrovinci got, I think, 99% of the rebounds in that game. She was working her tail off, got every board.
Again, it's always the turnovers, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to go next. I mean, I'm by no means am I saying that, they don't have the potential to be a good team, and they are a good team.
It's definitely there. They have the talent.
They have the talent, and
they can just step it up.
It was when I, against Plainfield, it was lazy passes. The first 5 minutes of the game, I think they had 5 to 10 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of the game. They tightened it up, but they dug themselves in so much of a hole. And then in the third quarter, you saw them come back, but then the fourth quarter, second and fourth quarter, they just turned the ball over. I think there were 20 turnovers from GL in that game. There were 2, I'll give them credit, there were 2 late jump ball calls that I thought could have been travels, which would have given them the ball back. But I mean,
can't blame it on the refs though.
No, exactly. When you have that many turnovers, you can't blame that on an official. And it's the players playing the game, not the officials. It's the same for both teams. So yeah, I think they pick up. They fix their offense. Not even fix it, just make stronger passes. That's where it was. Sarah Castrovinci. I talked to her a little bit. She'd set a screen, and then she'd look down the other end of the court, and the ball would be getting laid in. It was like blink of an eye, these turnovers were happening. And, Plainfield, yes, they're a quick team. They were jumping on those balls when they saw them, but there wasn't enough. They should have won that game, 100%.
Who'd they play recently this week?
Well, that was Plainfield. That was Plainfield. That was the one I went to. That was their home opener.
What it sounds like is that, the game was in their control, and they could have done something to
They lost by 4.
Yeah.
And I want to shout out Kira Polizzi had, I want to say, close to 20 points, if not 20 points. I don't know the exact number.
I know she's their leading
She's their leading scorer this year. But she was getting whatever she wanted. Euro step, spin moves in the paint. Sarah Castrovinci, I know at the half, those were the top 2, was Polizzi and Castrovinci. Castrovinci was getting the rebounds, either getting fouled going to the hoop on the second chance points or putting down the second chance points. But just not it was a strong defensive effort and a weak offensive effort. And that's
once they really step it up on offense, they'll be able to start winning their games.
And I think that's going to happen sooner than we think too.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I mean, they know what they have to work on.
Yep.
They obviously know, we turned the ball over a lot, let's fix that. Let's focus on that. Their defense, like I said, was smothering. Their ball handling was fine. It was more, the lazy passes. There were, Plainfield did have a few steals. But overall the ball handling was okay. It was more the turnovers than anything. And speaking about turnovers, I know in hockey those can cost you pretty big, right?
Yeah.
If you make a lazy pass and the other guy skates up the ice.
If you make a lazy pass, puck's going the other way into the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean
90% of the time.
You can say that about any game.
Yeah, really. I mean, you play lacrosse, right? And that's probably the same thing.
Yeah, sure.
If they can pick off.
If they've dropped the ball, you have defense come in, scoop that up real quick, and they're already on the other side of the field.
Yeah, because it's easy mistakes that you just gotta fix.
Yep.
Yeah,
but you can't always let them get to you.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's what I was trying to. That's what I was being very hopeful for in the game, because I was like, all right, first quarter you had a lot of turnovers. He's going to talk to them. He's going to get them straightened out, and that's the Eckert I'm referring to. And they're going to come out in the second quarter, and they're going to be better. And they're not going to turn the ball over. They're going to make strong passes. They were. For the first 2-3 minutes of the second quarter, they were. But then they started getting lazy again, started to get maybe too comfortable. I don't know. But like I said, Kira Polizzi and Sarah Castrovinci playing great minutes, playing majority of the game for both. And both of them are coming off ACL tears, by the way. There's 3 people, 3 players on that team that are coming off ACL tears. It's them and Maria De Pasquale.
And I think they're performing very well for it.
Oh, yeah. They look like they're 100%.
Yep.
Obviously, they're still wearing the brace.
Yeah.
But when they did, I will give them this. When they did play Plainfield, they didn't have their best defender. Chelsea Keysweater was not there.
She was not there.
Wasn't in the gym. And then they also had Caroline Donahue hurt, and obviously Emily Schmidt still hurt coming off surgery. So, yes, they were missing 2, I'd say, crucial pieces. Definitely Chelsea, at the guard position.
He's big on defense, yep.
Huge on defense, coming off with a ton of steals in that scrimmage she played in. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of, turn that offense around and they'll be right back into it. So am I leaving any sports out before? Boys basketball, girls basketball, fencing, swimming, wrestling, and hockey.
I think we got everything.
We did get everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we said, as the season gets further underway, we'll be, hopefully we'll have stat sheets here that we can, have printed out. There's just not enough right now for us to, go off of. But good luck to you, and you have a game tonight. Who you guys playing?
Yeah, we play MK today.
What MK?
Montclair Kimberly Academy.
Okay. And they're supposed to be decent.
We should beat them.
You should.
Still an easy win.
Still, hey, well,
Nothing's easy.
When you're the back-to-back state champions, you have to be confident every time you step on the ice, right?
Yep.
You're a hockey player. You're confident with your abilities.
I'm sure that's got to be like a little bit frightening for the other team, right?
Yeah, probably.
What do they got to be thinking?
I think they give us our best game every time because everyone's looking to beat us.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah,
it's a target on their back. They don't want to see it to repeat. They're mad that you won 2 in a row anyway.
Yeah. So make them more mad and win 3 in a row.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to do it for this week's episode of In the Zone, presented by GL Sports Zone and GLHS TV in the back. Shout out to them for helping us out with all these episodes. Obviously, we have the holiday break coming up, so there will not be an episode next week. When we return, we will get an episode out. I know there will be games happening over the break.
Over the break, there will be games, all right.
You guys play a little bit?
We play Westwood over the break.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. And then also, basketball and stuff will play. And I think there's a few swim meets in there too. So we will definitely make sure we come back. We'll have statistics. We'll have exact scores and everything like that for you after the break. And yeah, anything else before we sign off? So yeah, once again, huge shout out to Sports Zone and GLHS TV in the back for helping us out. And that was this week's episode of In the Zone.